Have you ever wondered how strategic partnerships between nations can reshape the global balance of power, especially when those nations are often overlooked on the world stage? Today, we're diving deep into a story that highlights the growing cooperation between Burkina Faso and Russia, a partnership that could have far-reaching implications not only for the African continent, but also for global geopolitics. This story is not just about trade agreements. It's about a shift in alliances, a pursuit of technological advancement, and a bold move towards energy independence. Let's explore the intricate dynamics of this burgeoning relationship and what it means for the future. The recent press conference held between the diplomats of Burkina Faso and Russia sheds light on the evolving cooperation between these two nations. This cooperation spans various sectors, including the economy, health, education, and energy. But what makes this partnership particularly noteworthy is the inclusion of nuclear energy, a field traditionally dominated by Western powers. Russia's willingness to extend its expertise and resources in this domain to Burkina Faso marks a significant shift in global energy politics. 1 year after the second Russia-Africa summit in St. Petersburg, the foreign ministers of Burkina Faso and Russia met in Ouagadougou to review the progress of their bilateral cooperation. This meeting was not just a routine check-in, it was a comprehensive assessment of the achievements and measures taken since the summit, particularly the agreements made between Presidents Traoré and Putin. The ministers discussed the need to accelerate the diversification of trade exchanges and expand their volumes, ensuring they align with the strategic direction set by their respective heads of state. What stands out in this narrative is the focus on education and training. Russia has defined specific scholarship quotas for Burkina Faso, aimed at enhancing professional and university training. This investment in human capital is a strategic move that goes beyond immediate economic gains. By equipping Burkina Faso's youth with advanced skills and knowledge, Russia is fostering a generation that will not only contribute to the nation's development, but also reinforce the ties between the two countries. In a world where soft power is increasingly important, this educational exchange could be one of the most impactful aspects of their cooperation. Agriculture, another critical sector for Burkina Faso, is also receiving attention through this partnership. With Russia's assistance in training, logistical support, and efforts to improve agricultural production and yields, Burkina Faso is poised to strengthen its food security and reduce its dependence on foreign imports. This move aligns with the broader trend of African nations seeking to become more self-reliant in food production, a trend that is likely to accelerate in the coming years as global supply chains become more unpredictable. Now let's turn to the most intriguing aspect of this partnership, nuclear energy. The inclusion of nuclear energy in the discussions between Burkina Faso and Russia is a bold and strategic move. Traditionally, nuclear energy has been the domain of the world's most powerful nations, and its development requires not only significant financial investment, but also advanced technological expertise. Russia, a global leader in nuclear technology, has expressed its readiness to support Burkina Faso in this field. This support includes providing technology, training specialists, and assisting in the development of nuclear infrastructure. For Burkina Faso, a country facing significant energy challenges, this partnership could be transformative. The development of nuclear energy could provide a sustainable and reliable source of power, reducing the country's dependence on fossil fuels and addressing its energy deficit. Moreover, it positions Burkina Faso as a pioneer in nuclear energy within the region, potentially setting a precedent for other African nations to follow. This move also signals a shift in the global energy landscape, where traditionally Western-dominated technologies are now being adopted and adapted by emerging economies with the support of alternative global powers like Russia. But this story is not just about energy or trade. It's about the broader geopolitical implications of this partnership. Burkina Faso's alignment with Russia, particularly in the context of nuclear energy, sends a clear message to the world. The country is diversifying its international partnerships and is willing to explore non-traditional alliances to achieve its development goals. This move could have significant repercussions for Burkina Faso's relationships with Western nations, which have traditionally held influence in the region. It also highlights the increasingly multipolar nature of global politics, where smaller nations are no longer confined to choosing between a limited set of powerful allies. As we delve deeper into this partnership, it's essential to consider the potential challenges that lie ahead. The development of nuclear energy is a complex and sensitive process, requiring stringent regulatory frameworks and robust safety measures. Burkina Faso will need to navigate these challenges carefully to avoid the pitfalls that have plagued other nations pursuing similar paths. Additionally, the country must ensure that its population is adequately informed and engaged in the process, as public support will be crucial for the success of such an ambitious project. Moreover, while Russia's support in the field of nuclear energy is undoubtedly valuable, it also comes with strings attached. The long-term implications of this partnership will depend on how Burkina Faso manages its relationship with Russia, and whether it can maintain a balanced approach to its international partnerships. The country must avoid becoming overly reliant on any single partner, as this could limit its ability to pursue an independent foreign policy in the future. At this point in the analysis, I want to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel if you're enjoying this content. Your engagement helps us continue bringing you in-depth analyses of the most critical stories shaping our world today. Returning to our discussion, another key aspect to consider is the broader African context. Burkina Faso's partnership with Russia is part of a larger trend of African nations seeking to diversify their international relationships. As traditional Western influence wanes in many parts of the continent, countries are increasingly looking to alternative powers like China and Russia for investment, technology, and political support. This trend is reshaping the geopolitical landscape of Africa, with significant implications for the future. For Russia, this partnership with Burkina Faso is part of its broader strategy to strengthen its presence in Africa. Over the past decade, Russia has steadily increased its engagement with African nations through diplomatic, economic, and military means. The Russia-Africa Summit, held annually in St. Petersburg, is a key platform for advancing these relationships. By offering support in areas like nuclear energy, Russia is positioning itself as a valuable partner for African nations seeking to develop their infrastructure and achieve greater energy independence. However, Russia's involvement in Africa is not without controversy. Critics argue that Russia's actions are driven by its desire to counter Western influence and secure access to Africa's vast natural resources. There are also concerns about the potential for increased militarization and the impact of Russian arms sales on regional stability. As Burkina Faso deepens its relationship with Russia, it will need to carefully navigate these dynamics to ensure that its national interests are protected. In conclusion, the story of Burkina Faso's growing partnership with Russia is a fascinating example of how global power dynamics are shifting. This partnership, which spans critical sectors like education, agriculture, and nuclear energy, has the potential to significantly impact Burkina Faso's development trajectory. At the same time, it highlights the broader trend of African nations seeking to diversify their international partnerships in an increasingly multipolar world. For Burkina Faso, the success of this partnership will depend on its ability to manage the complexities of nuclear energy development, maintain a balanced approach to its international relationships, and ensure that its population is fully engaged in the process. For Russia, this partnership represents a strategic opportunity to strengthen its influence in Africa and counterbalance Western powers. As we watch this story unfold, one thing is clear: the world is changing, and the alliances and partnerships that will shape the future are being forged in places like Burkina Faso. It's a reminder that even nations often overlooked on the global stage have the potential to play a critical role in shaping the future of our world. If you found this analysis insightful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth content. Stay tuned for more stories that matter.